So it is 11:31, Monday, July 11th, 2011. Just sitting here, in my room, hiding from the world. Today's been such a wonderful day, really. It has not. So, anyways, I hit my pills this morning, made me tired as fuck. So I took and I laid back down this morning because, I don't know, this made me tired as hell. This is not a good thing. And I laid back down and I got back up just in time to get around for work. And I thought that I would put makeup on today because the lady I go work with, I thought maybe she'd be cool with it because I didn't want to deal with her crap and stuff like that. I took my electronic cigarettes so she wasn't bumming cigarettes off me because I can't give her any. So I had to smoke the wonderful electronic cigarettes while I was there. And she's like, I want one. And I'm like, no, you can't have one. Sorry. But anyways, did all that wonderful stuff today. Come home. Had it out with my mom because my ex was staying here yet again. And I mean, I really want everybody's opinion. Please post comments on this, okay? I have 2 children, right? He's my ex-boyfriend. He comes up here and stays. He comes up and he helps with things. He don't pay child support, anything like that. But if you think about it, okay, he's my ex-boyfriend. He's my ex-boyfriend for a reason. Now the thing is, I have a boyfriend right now, and it's kind of like we have our kids, me and my ex, and it's kind of like really weird with the fact that my ex can come up here and stay when they don't like it when my boyfriend comes up here and stay, which I know they don't say it, but I know that's what they think. But from my point of view, if he wants to come out here, I mean, that's cool. But there's absolutely no reason for him to just come up here and stay at night. And the complaint is, well, I can't get a hold of him in the morning. He comes up here and helps, and this and that. So we're going to put that to stop. I'm getting up tomorrow, maybe 9, maybe a little sooner, and we're going to get my half of the house clean. And so my mom's sister and thinks I don't do nothing. And yes, there's a lot of times I don't. But it's like, what's the point? She's got him up here. Why do anything when she can make him do it? But I mean, it would be like you guys that watch, whoever watches, it would be like you guys having a boyfriend. You have children with that boyfriend. You guys break up and you get with somebody else, and you would have your ex-boyfriend coming up, one you had kids with, coming up and staying the night with you, not with me. He sleeps in the room with my son. But I mean, that just don't make no sense to me. And everybody thinks that my boyfriend's putting this stuff in my head. And he's not really. It's just me finally learning to speak up and express my opinions. Because before I just kind of went along with stuff. And, he's like, yeah, okay, And now it's like I want to speak up and I feel like my opinions don't count. And I know mom or dad or whatever, you're all going to hear this or see it, but this is the only way I can tell you guys with out having an argument, you know. My feelings do count, and they should count. I mean, there is things that I do help around here with. I mean, yeah, the whole cleaning thing I can work on. But, I mean, you know, I help out with, you know, like the cigarettes and paying the bills, well, the light bill, you know. And I help my mom out when she needs it, and I have. And she helps me too, and I appreciate that. But, you know, I just kind of, I want to have a say. You know, I want to have an opinion. You know, I want to voice that opinion. And she says, oh, you're never like that until Joe come around, and it's all Joe, Joe, Joe. In all honesty, it's not. It's more like, hey, you know, I finally learned to speak my mind, and you know, people get mad, they get mad. That's all part of life. My therapist talked to me about that sort of stuff. You know, there's gonna be things in life that people are gonna get upset about you. Get upset that you do, but you just have to do what you want to do. You know, what makes you right, what makes you happy. You know, I mean, yeah, people are gonna be upset, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, I don't want to be, you know, I don't know how to even explain it. I mean, I love my mom. I love being here. My kids love being here. But I love my Joe. And I want to be with him. And it seems like everybody's making it really hard to do here lately. Because it's like, well, if my ex-boyfriend can't come up here, then your boyfriend don't need to stay. We had that issue, and I thought, told her that was a bunch of crap. She's like, oh, take him home, take him home. And I was like, no, because when I take him home, you're going to be like, well, your boyfriend can't come up here, and blah, 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 blah. So she got mad, and she eventually took him home. So I don't know what was talked about there. I'm sure there was something. You know? Yeah, I got a lot of lipstick on. But I don't feel like having it all over my cigarette. Something I hate about lipstick. But it looks good on me. So, anyway, went to work, did that thing, come home, had an argument. I don't even know if I took all the clothes I was supposed to take tonight, and how frustrated I am today. Hopefully I did. Otherwise, yeah, I'll be screwed. So anyways, I'm going to show her tomorrow that I am a responsible person, and she don't need him to be up here all the time. You know, I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to set my clock for 9 o'clock. I'm going to get up and I'm going to start cleaning my back half of the house. I'm going to show her, hey, you don't need that. You don't need him up there. You know, she's all like, well, he helps me move things around. He helps me clean. And he freaking paints and all that other shit. You know, so what if he does? You know, and then they wonder why he don't want to answer the phone. Because he don't want to come up here and feel like he's like somebody's slave. And, you know, I kind of understand that point. But then I kind of understand the point that, you know, he should come up here and at least help with the kids. I mean, maybe help them with their rooms, which, you know, that's fine. But he doesn't live here. And there's been a few times where he's cleaned our bathroom and the living room. But you know what? That shouldn't be his responsibility. You know? I mean, as far as helping the kids with their room, then yeah. Because that's his kids, and he should do that. But everything else, the kids should help me. And I should get off my ass and help too. And then hopefully everybody will be happy. But of course, I know that's not going to work. So. But I will make the attempt and see if anything comes out of it. I doubt anything will, because I know that she's going to sit there And she's going to say, well, you're just doing all this now because I was bitching at you. And that's what she's going to think. And there's no way of changing her mind or her attitude towards it, I guess. Well, I've tried to explain and tried to talk to her about it, and it just ends up in a big fight. And that's not what I want, you know. She's my mom. You know, I don't want the kind of relationship with her that she had with her mom. You know, I worry about that. But you know, in the same sense, I want to have my say. I want to, you know, at least try and be a responsible person. To actually get out there, and I mean, I was out there before, on my own. And the thing at that time, my ex, he couldn't hold a job, so I had to rely on my mom and them for money and stuff. So, you know, that's another reason why she doesn't want me to go, because she feels that um, my boyfriend's going to be mean to my kids, and that we're not going to be stable and have the things we need and stuff like that. And I try to tell her, you know, you don't know that until we actually go out there and do it, you know. But that's just what she thinks, and I can't change her mind. There's no changing her mind. I really hate it, but what am I supposed to do? But anyways, I'd really like, if y'all listen to this, post your opinion as far as the whole boyfriend, ex-boyfriend staying up here just because his kids are here. I mean, in some sense, to me, it's like common sense. There should be no reason he should be staying the night up here. You know, my kids want to see him, then that's fine. They can go out there and see him. Or that he can come up in the day. You know, he has no car. He's a bum. Doesn't work. You know, my mom goes out and gets him. So he can do things for her. And, but yeah, please, 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 whoever sees it, post your comments of what you think of that idea. I mean, do you honestly think that it's right for him to be here staying the night when he's my ex-boyfriend? Or do you think that it's okay for him to stay the night? Like I said, post your comments. That would be awesome. I would see what other people's opinions are. But we need off here. Talk to y'all tonight. I hope to see some comments about it. Have a good night, and be safe. I love you, Joe, and good night.